Hey guys, so today we're going to see about a detailed description of C variables. So here a variable is nothing but a name given to a storage area that our programs can actually manipulate it. So each variable in C has a specific type which tells us the size and layout of the variable's memory, the range of the values that can be stored within that memory, and the set of operations that can be applied to that particular variable. So the name of a variable can be composed of letters, it can have digits and the underscore. So it must either be beginning with a letter or an underscore. So as we know that C is case sensitive, uppercase and lowercase letters are distinct. So here in programming, a variable is a container which is a storage area to hold the data. So to indicate the storage area, each variable should be given a name, a different name, which is called an identifier. Variables are nothing but symbolic representation of memory locations. So C variable is nothing but a named memory location where a program can manipulate the data. So this location is used to hold the value of the variable. So the value of the variable may get changed in the program. C variable can be any data type, like it can be int or float or character, etc. So example for a variable is, let's say int player score is equal to 95. Here player score is a variable name, an identifier which is of the type integer, and the value of a variable is 95. Because it's a variable, the value of a variable can be changed. One more thing is, in C programming, you have to declare a variable before you can use it. So next we're going to see about variable definition. Why do you actually define a variable? So here variable definition tells the compiler where and how much storage to create for a variable. So here variable definition tells us the data type and contains a list of one or more variables of that type as follows. So here syntax is type variable list, that is int or float or anything, and variable list ABCD your desired name. So here type must be a valid C data type including character, wchar, int, float, user defined objects, and variable list is one or more identifier names separated by commas. So example here int ijk, these are identifiers and this is the data type. This again character C comma ch, these two C and ch are identifiers and this is the data type. Float f comma salary, f comma salary is a two different identifiers and float is an data type. So double D, here double is, so here you can see int ijk, this line declares and defines the variable I, j and k, which, so this is how a variable is declared. Next we'll see how it is initialized. So variable initialization is nothing but assigning a value to a variable, and this initialization can be done during declaration. Initialization is consists of an equal sign followed by an expression. Here example int d is equal to 3 and f is equal to 5. Here declaration of d and f, and you're initializing it, that is d is equal to 3 and f is equal to 5. So here's the difference between Declaring and initializing in C variable. So variable should be declared in C program before you use. Memory space is not allocated for a variable while declaration. It happens only when the variable is defined. Variable initialization means assigning a value to that particular variable. So here, example of variable declaration is data type and variable name, that is int x, y, z or character flat comma ch. Initialization is data type variable name is equal to value, that is int x is equal to 50, y is equal to 50. This is variable initialization. So next we'll type a program where variables have been declared on top, that is above the main function and not below the main function. We'll see what happens. Open your code blocks. So here, this is the program. Here I'll show you what is declaration, what is definition, and what is initialization in this program. Here int a, b, int c, float f, these are all declaration. You're declaring. Definition is inside the main function int a comma b, int c, float f. This is definition. Here a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, c is a plus b. This and all is initialization. So let's run the program, save it, build it and run it. This is the output you need to get. Previously we were getting this as the output. Do you think 70 divided by 3 is some number 1610? Why is it coming wrong when you compile and run it and you're not getting an error? Because here you see, you for giving an output, mod D is for integer, mod F is for float. Change it to float F. Now save it, build it and run it. See, here you're getting the right answer. So here we see some concept which applies on function declaration, where you provide the function name at the time of declaration and the actual definition can be anywhere else. So let's write a program on that. So here you can see function declaration is int func, funce, open the bracket, close the bracket. Here you're calling the function. You're telling int I is func. What is func? Here you're defining. Int func is returning the value 0. So when you save it, build it and run it, what value you should get? You should get 0, because function, your definition, the function it returns the value 0. So when int I is calling, it should return the value 0. See, you're getting process returned 0. So here we'll be reading the different types of variables in C. There are 3 types of variables in C: local variable, global variable, and environmental variable. Local variable is nothing but the scope, that is the life of a variable, will be within the function only. So these variables can be declared only within the function and this cannot be accessed without any other function outside the function. So let's type a program and we can see that. Open your code blocks. I'm just going to write an example for local variable in C. So here just go to the program, #include stdir.h void test int main int m comma m is equal to 22, n is equal to 44, printf value is equal to m mod d n mod d m comma n, and then you're calling the test. Void test is int a is equal to 50, b is equal to 80, printf values a is equal to mod d, b is equal to mod d, a comma b. So let's see here. M is equal to 22 and n is equal to 44. Here m and n are local variables of the main function. M and n variables are having scope, that is life only within the main function. These m and n are not visible to the a and b. the void test functions. So if you try to access a and b, you will get an error telling a and b are undeclared. So when you go to the next, a is equal to 50 and b is equal to 80. Here a and b are the local variables of the function test, and a and b are having only life within the test function. If you try to access m and n from this function, from the test function, it will get an error. It will give you an error telling it is undeclared. So in simple, m and n variables are having scope within the main function. These are not, m and n is not visible to the test function. Likewise, a and b are having scope only within the test functions, and they are not visible to the main function. So just save it, build it and run it. So you say m is equal to 22, n is equal to 44, value a is equal to 50 and b is equal to 80. So this is the local variable. Local variable will be within the function. These variables are declared within the function and can't be accessed outside the function. Next, global variable. Global variable is nothing but the life of a global variable will be throughout the program. So these variable can be accessed from anywhere in the program. This variable is defined outside the main function, so that this variable is visible to the main function and all other subprograms. So let's see an example. Open your code blocks, we'll type a program. See, this is an example of global variables. It is the same as the previous local variables. I just modified it. Here, so here we are declaring the variable, that is int m is equal to 22, n is equal to 44, int a is equal to 50 and b is equal to 80. So under the, you are declaring even the test function. Here what happens in the main function, here m, n, a, b, all this is visible to the main function as well as to the test function. So you're telling all variables are accessed from main function. So you're telling print m, n, a, b and d. Again in void test function you're telling the same thing. So here nothing is changed. You just place in global variable the variables which is declared above the main function. It is visible to the main function as well as the subprograms, subfunctions. So it's visible to the whole program. So just save it, build it and run it. See, here you can see all the variables are accessed from the main function. Values m is equal to 22, 44, 50, 80. Here same thing. So next we are gonna talk about environmental variables in C. Environmental variables in C that will be available for all the C applications and C programs. We can access these variables from anywhere in a C program without declaring or initializing in an application or C program. The inbuilt function which are used to access or modify and set these environmental variables are called as environmental functions. So there are three functions which is used to access, modify. So here's the difference between variable declaration and definition in C. Variable declaration means it tells the compiler about data type and size of a variable. Here it allocates memory to a variable. Variable can be declared as many of times as possible, but variable definition can be done only once. The assignment of properties and identification to a variable. Here storage space to a variable. So that's all, guys. I hope you liked it and understood it, and thanks for listening with patience. Please like and subscribe. Bye.